Welcome back to Winning on Taxes. Hubert Johnson here with Guardian Tax Law. There's just so much information. It's hard to really cover it all. So be very aware. I mentioned at the end that there's a lot of bad advice from taxpayers. We're going to jump, and I'm going to share my screen here. Um, the IRS has put out, and they do this periodically, and they'll update it. Dirty Dozen list, talking about some of the scams and clear things happening out there. So if you can see, this is irs.gov. If you're not sure, you just go directly to irs.gov and it'll come up. And here's the website: Dirty Dozen Tax Scams for 2025. And again, these pretty much get updated. A lot of these I've seen and talked about many times in the past. So these are scams and ways to try to get to people's money. So again, this is organized, this is planned, and I'm going to just try to run through this in the limited time that we have. First one, phishing scams for email. The IRS does not email people. If they do, it's through a secure system. It's very rare and almost only with tax professionals. So they'll send you an email trying to get a phishing, is where they're trying to lure the victim to reply with a phony tax refund or threatening them with false legal criminal charges. We talked about that. And smishing, same thing, but now using SMS messages on your smartphone. So text messages. So that's a very common thing. Bad social media advice. I can't tell you how many people have had to hire us, and what they tell us is, oh, well, someone said this online, so and so advised of this online. I'm like, well, they're not on the hook. You are, because you listen to bad advice. And again, this goes for tax preparers, CPAs. If someone is promising the sun, moon, and the stars and a huge refund, the maximum refund, I would be a little bit cautious about them. Make sure they've been in their business, their industry, for quite some time, because people that are doing poor returns that cause people to get audited don't stick around. They move around a lot. So check someone's history, make sure they have a good reputation. And if you ever need a referral to a good CPA or tax preparer, we work with excellent ones across the country. We have networking organizations where we can connect people wherever you are, most places. Fake charities is another big one, and I skipped. People that want to help you with the individual online account. So we talked about irs.gov, going in there and setting up your tax account. That's a great thing to do. Nobody else, unless it's a trusted family member or friend, should have any information on that. And even then, I would be careful about someone having your password, unless they're your power of attorney, they're your trustee, and someone that you absolutely trust. Some of the things that have been pushed by bad tax preparers that aren't bad advice is claiming false fuel tax credits, sick leave and family leave, bogus self-employment tax credits. I've seen this so many times where people file their taxes, they get a great refund, it's improper, and then it comes right back. So the improper household employment taxes. If it's a new thing online, like, hey, this is the next greatest thing to avoid paying taxes, it's probably not. Overstated withholding scam. So trying to overstate how much you paid into the IRS, they know. They have all that information. And I'm just checking our time real quick because it's flying by. One of the big things out there, the offer and compromise program is a great, make sure you qualify. I don't hire anybody on to be for an offer and compromise unless I first go through their financials, I go through their information. Sometimes we'll do kind of like a lot of companies will do what's called a tax account review. They'll take a fee, a small fee to start. They'll do a thorough investigation and then say, hey, here's exactly what we're looking at. Here's your options. But if someone comes up and says, look, we're going to do an offer, pay us all this money, and they haven't gone through your financial information, turn around, run. If you've already paid them, ask for a full refund and get out of Dodge, because they should be explaining and educating you through the process. Otherwise, a lot of them just take your money and leave people high and dry. goes to tax return preparers where they don't sign it. It's a major red flag or a bad sign where a tax preparer is unwilling to sign a return they prepared. They have a PIN number which identifies who prepared it, and if they're preparing bad returns, they can be held responsible, and they often are. So again, new client scams, spear phishing. There's plenty of other ones. There's a baker dozen on here, a connection to that. Main thing here, be informed. Make sure you know what's out there, or when something new pops up, get good advice.